Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Fatal Frame 2. I'm CPC Gamer, and I kind of owe you guys a bit of an explanation. In the last video, you saw me begin a new game, and I played up until this point. The reason for that is I did begin a new game plus, and I reached this point, except then my Dazzle decided she didn't exist anymore. Kind of made for a bit of a boring video. So I played the beginning of the game again, gave more or less the same sort of commentary, and now I've actually loaded up my new Game Plus, so we can begin and play the game, well, let's play the game, as I had intended to from the very beginning. As you can see, we've already got the camera before we've actually picked it up in-game, and we have actually upgraded it, as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen. Hopefully, this will make the game a little bit easier and cause absolutely zero glaring continuity errors. As we enter this room, just go to the left. There's a really obscurely hidden bit of herbal medicine. Something you'll notice about this game is that the items don't glow, much the same as they did in the last game. Well, no, they do glow, it's just they're not the massive, shiny, notice me glowing orbs that we had from the first game. It makes things a bit harder to see, but again, you've got me, so not really going to be that much of an issue. On the other side of the screen, under this non-suspicious body-shaped bulge, we find Diary Part 4. I like how she has the presence of mind to sign her name in this sort of weird state of panic that she's in. Also, this room is identified as the Big Tatami Room. As mentioned in the previous video, tatami is a kind of mat used in Japanese housing. It is made out of rice and straw. So next up, we're heading outside. Not outside the house, obviously, because, that'd probably make the game fairly short, but we're going to go outside the room and down into that hallway that we saw earlier in the hilariously buggy and glitched out flashback. You know, I mentioned in the last game that... I mentioned in the last video that there was a ghost who acted as... I keep going to say crash handler. It's not a crash handler at all. It's a capture for making sure that you don't get all of the ghosts on your first run. I mentioned that there were actually several ghosts you can only get on New Game Plus. That's another one.
I wonder if anyone's really here.
I don't know why, but I always imagine reading the last part of that note in a really, really gay voice. I shouldn't, but I do. Personally speaking, I'd stop exploring the house at this point. I would try and leave, but I'm a coward. Also, we can't go back. We have to go forward to go back. A friend of mine keeps asking why, largely on account of he's a philosophy major and that's about all he learned on his course. The answer is, well, as I said, it's going to make a short game. And for this part of the game, we're actually following a spirit guide, much like the first part of Fatal Frame 1. It's just to get a feel for the controls. They're actually a lot nicer in this game than they were in the last one. A lot less floaty and annoying. Unfortunately, your character does occasionally turn around like a drunk trying to pick up a penny as soon as they enter the room. I like how she sits down to read and study these notes. I just... well, no, I already explained that one, didn't I?
That's...
So this is the camera obscura. It takes pictures of impossible things. What was that? I can't believe. So it's true. This thing is too dangerous.
The camera obscura. Mio. What's that? Is someone here? Mio.
On a point of pedantry, the term camera obscura is not technically correct. I'll grant you it sounds more fitting to the ghostly scenario that we're in, and that's sort of goes without saying, I suppose, but it's still not right. Camera obscura is actually Latin for darkened room, or dark chamber, or something to that effect. And it's little more than a means of displaying an image on a screen. It's even less advanced than those old-timey cameras that took 4 hours to burn a picture onto some metal plate.
Something is here. It's gone. Come on, let's get out of here.
She's supposed to be looking at the camera in that shot, but I picked entirely the wrong prop for that gag right at the beginning of the video. So, leaving would be a fine idea. But I am, as always, a video game completionist, so let's go upstairs. Ignore the fact that we're not actually stepping on any of those stairs as we climb them. Oh goody! Even more screaming and moaning. This can only mean good things. Oh, guess the door's locked. Alright, back down we go. I have precisely zero idea as to why the camera decided to focus on Mayu for a bit there. No, seriously, I don't know. As we've already seen, this game doesn't really run as smoothly as it could do on a 360, but... Huh. Well, I guess the front door's locked too. All we need now is Professor Atombender to say just how long we're welcome to stay. Oh yes, even though I'm rooted in next-gen consoles now, still loves me some old-school references.
Mio, look.
Now ideally, we're going to want to follow our spirit guide and go through that door, but we can't. You may be able to hear a weird sort of humming noise, and you can... well, you can obviously see the array of screaming faces in the middle. This is our introduction to locked doors, or at least doors that are held shut by a spirit. While the previous game had doors that were held shut with spell tags, which then became magical talismans, in the... I think it was in the American, but definitely in the European release. In this game, the doors are just held shut by angry spirits. Now, in this particular case, we may have... well, you may have seen the cold brazier. I know I've seen it. And I've also got a set of notes right here in my hand telling me where to go. The answer is it's in the back room. You know what? I'm playing this game and I'm looking at Mio right there, and the only thing I can think of when I see her is Miss Megius from Pokemon. I dare say that man was a little bit more than injured. Oh hey, there's another ghost. This game's just throwing them at us right now. And you heard the sort of frantic camera shutter noise, but nothing was actually happening. That is a demonstration that I totally meant to do of one of the most annoying aspects of this game. They changed the way that the camera works so that rather than just being able to take shot, 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 you have to reload the film. Personally, I'm using Type 7 film, which is the least powerful. It's practically useless, but you have an infinite amount of it. The reason being I'm not actually fighting anyone for the time being. Trouble being, Type 7 has the longest reload time, and if you want to get all of the ghosts, then you have to use your good film in order to catch them. It's kind of like how in the first game they put you on edge by making you walk instead of run. You have to use the good film if you want to get the good bonuses, but that leaves you weakened when you come to fight some of the ghosts. Let's go see what amazing madness we've unlocked in this room, shall we? Huh. Nothing. Also, yeah, she will never take that facial expression off through the entirety of this game. Alright, let's go.
Mio, look.
Aha! Something! Let's run, I guess, and go get it. Oh hey, the ginger key! I know where to use that. See, I wasn't just wasting your time earlier on. Honest. And on that vaguely creepy note, I think it's time to call it a video. Join us next time when we go ahead and use the Ginger Key. Till next time, goodbye.